The September 11 attacks were a series of four coordinated attacks by the Islamic terrorist group Al Qaeda on the United States. The terrorist group had hoped to cripple us. It was the bloodiest day on U.S. soil since our Civil War, but our American spirit poured out. Heroism was everywhere. Firefighters kept climbing stairs to save as many people as they could. Strangers banded together. Passengers on one flight fought to save others, knowing they would die either way. Let us never forget 9/11, not only for what we lost as a nation, but how our response defined our people.
Dad, how old were you when 9/11 happened?
About 24.
Wow, it's been that long. Wow, you're pretty old. Oh, sorry. Where were you?
I was on duty as a flight nurse, a helicopter flight nurse. I was sitting at Jackson County Airport, and we had just pre-flighted the helicopter, and we were back inside, sitting drinking coffee, listening passively to the news.
Well, where'd you find it? Everything, like, how'd you find it happened out?
My partner at the time, Chad, I think if I remember right, was watching and said, "Hey, look at that!" And we all, it was before we had cell phones that sent us texts and, or just texts. We didn't have internet and everything and all that. And we were watching satellite TV, and he saw the first plane hit the tower, and we all stopped what we were doing and went to go watch the news, and we're watching it, live as the second plane hit the tower. And it was, Jackson County had their inmate work detail out there at the time while we were doing all this. And as soon as the second plane hit the tower, they turned around and took everybody back to the jail because they were out there painting. So,
How did it affect you?
well, as soon as we realized that it wasn't something that was an accident, of course, my first thoughts were for my country, realizing that we were at war with someone. My brother was in New York State, and he was active duty Army at the 10th Mountain Division in Watertown, New York. So we automatically thought of that. And then, your mother and I were dating at the time, and she was in the Air Force in the reserves. And so my next thought was, she's going to get called up to go, and she was a medical, person, so she was going to wind up going. And then all the phones were busy, so it was hard to call people, and I finally talked to her because she was at home at her house studying, and talked to her, and she was okay. Couldn't talk to my brother. I don't remember speaking to my mom. I may have. And then we were like